Hi guys, this is Cindy and I'm just checking in with you. I've started working on the Nancy Drew Hardy Boys books, and I think I mentioned this in another video that I have 4 books, so I have 4 of these tubs, and the books and their signatures I just divided them up, and then I had a whole bunch of different things like I don't even know what to say, you know, like pre-made pockets and just different things I'd found, like there's a piece of doily, one of these. I had a bunch of stuff cut out and just ephemera pieces, and I just had my 4 tubs and I said one for you, one for you, one for you, one for you. Did that like that and just kind of divided it up. So my thought was, that's how I'm going to start, is grab each book's tub, look at the signatures, see what I can grab out of this tub to use, and then of course I can pull other things in if I need more stuff, because this won't be enough stuff. But at least if it was kind of like the color scheme or the theme, like, which is mysteries and, you know, detectives and stuff, then I've got it divided between the 4 journals and not one doesn't get everything, that sort of thing. And then I had a book, and I can't show it to you because I've chopped it all up already, but it was in one of the other earlier videos. It was on Nancy Drew and Hardy Boys, kind of like the history of the books, and I went through and tore out a bunch of the pages to use as pages in my journals. And let's see if I can find one real quick. Like, here's one. That's not a really great one to show, but let's see. Sometimes they had pictures of some of the books. Sometimes they had illustrations from the books, like this one. It would be from one of the Nancy Drew books. So I made those into pages. And then also inside this book were smaller images and items that I could use, you know, in the journal. So here's some of the stuff like I pulled for this particular tub, like this already made envelope that had airmail on it. Here's a belly band I thought might work. Pocket, and this is a library pocket with the card in it that I decorated, just stuff like that. So that sort of thing I just kind of divided up amongst all the kits, I mean the tubs. Like tickets, this one got tickets, and I got this divider card and a Willodex card and just some pages, random pages. So anyway, okay, so from that one book I was talking about, I tore out all the pages I thought could be pages in my journal, so they're already in the signatures. And then there were like little images of books that I thought I could use for ephemera. So like, here's about The Secret in the Old Attic, and this was a smaller picture of, I'm assuming, Nancy Drew. It doesn't necessarily have to be Nancy Drew, but it's just something that looked like her, because this book kind of referred to other books as well. And like, here's a little image. It's got, you can see where it says Drew there, so I'm sure it said Nancy Drew Mystery Stories, so I just cut that out. And so anyway, I just, there was some Hardy Boy stuff too, so I divided it up. And then I was just sitting here thinking, okay, I'm just going to start making things. And what I did was I took some of these things that I cut from the book, and this is some scrap paper left over. I got 2 of them here actually. Scrapbook paper left over from making the signatures, and just some different odds and ends, and just made a little pocket. It's going to have to be a pocket because these books are so narrow. I don't have much width, so this would definitely be too big for journaling cards. So I'm going to round the corners, I think, on this, make it a pocket. And I just got a piece of music paper there, and a piece of scrapbook paper. This is scrapbook paper, that's from that book. And then this motif-like thing here I cut from a magazine just because I liked it. And then I had this little scrap of paper on my desk, so I just layered it all up, made a pocket. And then I had showed earlier in one of the earlier videos these old patterns I had purchased, and I purchased I think 1 or 2 more that has boys on the front, because I thought, you know, it just kind of reminds me of the 40s and the 50s when Nancy Drew first came out. So I'm tearing these out and using them on tags and pockets. And here's one here. I've layered it with music paper, and you can barely see the doily there. It just kind of dissolved into the paper, and I rounded the corners on this, so this will be a pocket. And then here's another one of the book covers from that one book, and I just put on some scrapbook paper, and we'll make another little tuck out of this. And inside that book was a write-up about the first Carolyn King, because you know the lady that wrote the Nancy Drew books was more than one person. They just all went by the name Carolyn King. And same way with Franklin Dixon, I think that was his name, for the Hardy Boys. It was more than one man. Here's another one of the women from the pattern that it was pretty rough shape. You can kind of see along here, maybe. So I just finished tearing it out. Another one of those motifs from a magazine and some scrap, and then the word, you know, I found Nancy written in that book, so I cut that out. So this might be a tag, actually, or journaling card, and I put some paper on the back. So anyway, that's what I'm working on. I don't want to get too far into using up all my patterns until I see what my pages look like. So I think I'm going to do that next, grab the pages, and let's see. Still got a few things left over, like I showed you, so I don't want to lose those because things get lost pretty easy for me. So I'm going to get my tub down here and get my signatures out. I have strips of paper. Here's the fabric I used on the cover, so that's why that scrap is here. And this one actually had its library pocket, so I know that library pocket I showed you that was in here is in this tub right here. I'm not going to use it for this one because she already has one, so I'm going to put it in the other Nancy Drew tub. Okay, there we go. So here's her 3 signatures, so I think I'm just going to set those aside, just grab one and start going through it and saying, okay, white pages, what do I want to do? Could maybe put a belly band there, that sort of thing. So and the ones that are finished, I need to put them somewhere without losing them. And, you know, I've got these places all around, but they're all, this will work. I'll just put them in here, and I'm putting them on top of my sewing machine. You can't see that. I think I just nudged the tripod, but it's right there. It's just crazy in here. I've got stuff everywhere, like everybody else, and the more I organize it, the worse it gets. So, anyway. Maybe if I set this up here, my glue sheet. Definitely need to do something with the white page. So what do I want to do? I'm thinking stenciling, so I gotta grab my stencils. They're way over here. Sorry, I'm not there. Stuff got moved around. Amazing that would happen. So let me go through my stencils. This isn't all of them, but that's what I have here handy. Also, I have some stamps. This is more of my stamps and my stencils. Here's some old-timey ones, so I want to make sure I use those stamps. That might not be too bad. I'm not really getting too far in this, am I? Okay, moving this back. Let's see what I can do with this. It should just make little circles. Yeah. Just enough to kind of break up the whiteness, but not too solid. This is just a piece of mesh that I have that I got a big roll of it. So when they told me it's what's left over after they pop out sequins, so that sounded pretty good to me. So anyway, okay, that takes care of that. I don't really want to cover this page with like a pocket because in these signatures I have a lot of papers that you really can't write on like that. That's an image from the book. Can't really write on the back. Can't write on that. So yeah, I don't want to use, put a pocket on that. So we will come back on this. And I'm not sure I like that piece of scrapbook paper because it matches that so closely. So let's see what else I've got. I've got all my cutoffs over here on the side. See, this is not too bad. It's going to be a little long though. I'm just going to cut it with my scissors. Okay, fold it in half. place it with this. That way, you got some fun papers just to open there and open there. Okay, now we got white again, but we don't want the same thing. So I may just do stamping on that. And I pulled stamps, didn't I? I like the old typewriter and I like the old telephone. And the fan's not bad. Let's see which one I grab first. Grab the typewriter. Over here, in a drawer, my stamp pad, and somewhere around here is a block to use. Oh, here it is. Been used a few times. These don't stick on there too well, I don't think. Oh yeah, it does. Get it straight. Okay. Let's do a practice one. Okay, definitely gotta ink it better than that. This is a Tim Holtz stamp. It's called Stampers Anonymous. Is that what it's called? I'm not sure. I got it at Tuesday morning. You saw the pack. Make sure I don't get it upside down. Alright, here goes nothing. Maybe a little crooked. We'll see. Oh no, that looks pretty good. Now I need something on the other side. Let's see what I can grab. Got the fan. Anyway, there's the, I don't know if Stampers Anonymous is the name of it or if it's just that particular line. Okay. Don't think I've used this one before. Open it up and see. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay. Perfect. Okay. That's 4 white pages taken care of. Put this back in the drawer. Okay. And I think this is, oh yeah, it's not a white page. All right, Nancy Drew book. Okay. Here, I was thinking I would put some of what I call messy journaling spots, like that. But then I also see this in here. This index thing. So why couldn't I just make a little, I could do a pocket. It's a little short, but I'll never have a page that it's tall enough for. I can write on it. If I could just do a little something else on it. I may save this for something else. And just put the messy writing spot on there. And then maybe a little cluster or something. I gotta dig out my clusters. Yeah, they're right here. Everything's behind me on little bins. My bins got rearranged. Something that looks kind of old. That might work. It's got a guy on there. Okay, ink it up. I'm not sure how long I've been videoing, taping, digitizing, whatever the word is. But it's probably getting past my limit of what it takes to upload. So I'll glue these in and then I'll probably sign off. I might keep working, and if so, it'll be just in another video. I feel like when I do stuff like this, my voice is just so blah blah blah. It could be that, and it could be the fact that it's time for a nap or something. This is my old bottle of glue. I have, I never found my one new one, so I bought another new one. Now it's lost too. I think it's in the living room. Okay. There we go. I just got a lot of stuff I want to put in these journals, so they're probably going to end up being pretty thick. It's gonna be fun. And after doing the challenge where I can only use junk, it's just fun to be able to use my supplies again. So anyway, a little bit of the writing comes through, Nancy Drew, and a little bit of cluster there, a little bit of this, and I think we're still good. I want to eat these. I think around this, so it looks not quite so just in your face with the stamp. Oops, losing it. There, that looks a little better. Oops. Okay, gotta check the time. Can't really see it. Oh, it's not too bad. 16 minutes. So, anyway, let's just kind of recap. I showed you some of the stuff I'd made with some scraps that were in from the book that I, obviously can't show you because I've torn it all up, and used it to make some pockets and some tags, which I put over here in this little tub. It's on top of my sewing machine, and I don't want to forget to use those. I have 3 signatures per book. I have 4 books. Yes, that was 12 signatures. It was about 10. I couldn't keep it at 10. It was more like 14 pages per signature. I've got them cut to size. There may be some final trimmings needs to be done, but working on it. So anyway, did a little stamping and stenciling and glued on some elements on that page. So I am going to sign off, and I will maybe go take a nap. If not, I will do another video. I will talk to you guys later. Bye.